What's up everyone, it's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and in today's video, I've got for you guys some more Battlefield Hardline gameplay. So today, I wanted to talk about whether Battlefield Hardline is worth buying or not. I know that's a common discussion with people, and I wanted to give my 2 cents on it. So the gameplay you're going to be watching is me sniping. Yes, Iceman Oz is sniping. Is this a fake video? Well, no it's not. I decided to snipe, and I did pretty well for myself. I must say I don't snipe too often. In Battlefield 4, the only thing I really used was the Scout Elite, and I only got a couple of 100 kills with it, so I never really used the snipers too much. In Battlefield 3, I did, but that was because I was on the PlayStation. On PC, I just don't seem to have that aim I once had. I don't know whether it's my mouse settings or my sensitivity. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section below, but my aim just doesn't seem at its absolute best when I'm sniping. Anyway, with that being said, let's actually get into the topic of today's video, and that is whether Hardline is worth buying or not. Now, there are a number of factors that go into buying a game, right? Whether you enjoy the game or not, and whether the quality of the game stands up over time. The way I think about it when I want to buy a game is the same way as when I go to the movies, for example, or buy a song. How much enjoyment am I going to get out of that thing? So for example, with Battlefield 4, I paid $100 Australian, which is about 90 US. So that's a lot of money, but I played about 400 hours, 500 hours. So to me, it got its value. I didn't enjoy the game that much, but in terms of hours, it got its value. Same with Battlefield 3, I paid about 70 for that, and I played 1,000 hours, so it obviously got its value. Like, if you're going to the movies and you pay $30 to see a movie, then, you know, if you enjoy the movie, it's good value. So, that's the way I think about it. So in that sense, if you're going to enjoy Hardline and you like the concept of it, which I do personally, like, the whole infantry thing is something that I'm into. I hate being killed by tanks, helis, all of those things when I'm trying to play on the ground. It feels like when I try to play Conquest, it's just impossible. So having a game where it's infantry centric is like perfect for me. But what's perfect for me might not necessarily be perfect for you, right? So you have to take in a number of factors and judge whether yourself you think it's worth it. However, I do have a couple of things that may sway the opinion one way or the other. That's not really my goal, but it's more of me just expressing my opinions on specific things. So I've got a little bit of a list here, so we'll read them off. Now, the headshot multipliers are huge in Hardline. Like, I've never seen it in a Battlefield game to where you've got an SMG and you can headshot a guy with an AK from 50, 60, 70 meters. If you've got the aim and you headshot him with an SMG, he's down, like he's absolutely done. So what that does, essentially, is it makes every gun viable. In previous Battlefield games, it's always been about the assault rifles because they have the short, medium, and long range. They dominate in all zones. And that's what made the PDWs irrelevant, because they were only good at short range. There was no point using them. In this game, every single gun has a role, and I love that. It's really just variance. And what is better than variance? You can have all these different guns in the game, like they had with Battlefield 4, but no one was ever using them. So what this does is it actually gives people the opportunity to start using some of these weapons. Now, in the second beta, the 870 Magnum was really strong. Not just strong, but almost OP, and that has a lot to do with the headshot multiplier, but more than that, it's just really freaking powerful. That thing needs a nerf, in my opinion. I tried using the slugs on it, but it's pretty much irrelevant. I mean, you can just put the standard barrel on it, and it works fine. You know, you don't even need the slugs because it's just that strong. When you're taking out people with ARs at short to medium, at that short medium range zone, not the short range, but the short to medium range zone, that's when it's a problem, because shotguns are traditionally supposed to be good at just that particular range, and if you want it to be better at longer ranges, that's when you put on the slugs. The problem with the shotguns now is it makes the slugs irrelevant. In terms of its looks, the argument is that it looks like a Battlefield 4 DLC, which is, I guess, understandable. It doesn't look that much different from Battlefield 4. In fact, when I saw the initial trailer, I legitimately thought it was Battlefield 4. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something. I really did. And I was in a Skype call, and I was just laughing my head off, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I just saw the Battlefield Hardline trailer. This looks like Battlefield 4, but I don't really care about that. As long as the gameplay is is good. That's not an issue for me personally. I can see why other people want innovation in visuals, but I play it on Ultra, so it looks good to me. I have no problems with the visuals. In terms of the maps, they're pretty dang good, I must say. They work well with the game modes. For example, Hotwire, which is one of the greatest innovations in FPS in recent history. It's basically Conquest, but it's mobile. Why would you play Conquest now that you have a mobile Conquest? More action, more stuff going on. It's just a better variation of Conquest at this point. My favorite map is Dust Bowl. It reminds me of like a mix of a Bad Company 2 map, but there are just lots of lanes and it's very predictable movement, and that's what I like. I don't like where it's all crazy all the time. I like that there's just a huge focus on infantry gameplay on a Conquest map. There are those spots for the snipers to camp, but there's also areas of the map where the ARs play their role and the PDWs and everything else. So it's a great balanced map and definitely my favorite map out of the second beta. And the final argument that I'm going to bring up is the destruction. To me, it's not too much of a big deal because I just hate being killed by, you know, a building collapsing or something. I think it's just a stupid way to die. It's just another meaningless death that doesn't need to be in the game. But I can see why people want it. The ability to change the map on your own peril can actually affect a game, and I can see how it adds another element. I would agree that there should be a lot of destruction, at least as much as there was in Battlefield 4, but I'm not too fussed either way, to be honest. And finally, the problem I had personally with the game was I was getting some lag, and this was even on Australian servers. It wasn't just when I was playing on the US doing my ping hacks, apparently, because apparently every time I play on a US server, I'm ping hacking, but that's neither here nor there. But I was just getting a lot of lag, and that was really odd to me. Maybe it's just because it's the beta, but hopefully when the full game comes out, there won't be any of that lag. But I was getting a lot of rubber banding, a lot of situations where I should have killed that guy, but it just didn't happen. I'd be interested. Tell me in the comment section below, were you getting any lag in the beta or either of the betas at any time? In the first beta, I had no lag whatsoever. The first day of the second beta, no lag. But from then on, it was pretty dang bad. It was on and off, but it was just so inconsistent that it was quite frankly shocking, and it can't be like that when the game's fully released. But there it is, guys. There's my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments section below what you think about Battlefield Hardline, whether you're going to be buying it. But that's pretty much it from me, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.